What's going on, guys? Well, you're back with some Black Clover, so let's get into this. Today we're going to be checking out the grand missions, which is going to be the 7th panel in the grand missions. A lot of people don't know how to get this one. Of course, you know how to get the rest of them. At least you should. They're not really that hard. But the one a lot of people are having problems with is find a dungeon, which is understandable just because some people didn't really look in too much into the characters or just don't really pay attention to the dungeons. But basically the dungeons are pretty simple to figure out. You just go to the quests, they're there. Those aren't the dungeons. Well, those are the dungeons they're talking about, but the dungeons you're actually going to be looking for are something completely different. So if you actually go into the dungeons, doesn't matter which ones you go into, complete a couple of them, I don't know, however far you can get, and then basically once you do that, you'll be able to deploy characters, and then this is where it comes into play, and you're going to need to figure out your characters. So you basically get 3 teams. I forgot what levels they unlock at because I've already done it, but they do unlock at certain levels. But you can do it pretty early on because you do get the first one pretty quickly, but the other 2 you will have to wait for. So from there you have different zones, west, north, east. You go into one of them, and we already have some deployed, so we'll grab those here in a second because that is important. But you'll click on one of them, and then it'll give you a time and stuff like that. But you have to, alright, I don't really want to grab one because we might actually get the dungeon. Let me grab the first one, we'll see if we get the dungeon or not. So we fail, I doubt we'll get the dungeon on this one. Yeah, we won't get it on this one. Alright, so basically you're going to pick a dungeon. We're going to go with this one, just because it's the highest one. But they all have different rewards, they all have different timers, they all have different amounts of gold that you're going to need. So you basically have what you have there. And then you'll have the chances of you actually completing the dungeon, and then it'll tell you to build a team based off of luck. Doesn't really matter what the character is. I mean, the higher the character, the more luck you're gonna get. Luck is basically based off of the overall levels of the actual character. The more stats you get it, the more luck you get. But the leader is gonna be the main one you're gonna be focusing on. You're basically gonna go into your characters, and from there, well, of course, you're gonna max out characters. Not all of these are gonna be beneficial for you to use as leaders for finding the dungeon that you're actually looking for, but if you go into one of them and actually look at their stats, I think it's the 6th one. I don't remember which one you actually need to get it up to. Let's just actually hold on to the character. Let me see if this character actually even has it. But basically, you're going to go here, and each of the characters has a different dungeon. You will have to get them up to a certain level. I think it's 6. Might be 5, actually. But there's a certain level you have to get it up to. I don't think you actually have to unlock anything from here. I think you just have to have it at a certain level and it'll unlock. Let me see if I can find one that's a lot lower, although most of my characters are already pretty. See if this one has it. Nah, this one's formation, but you'll see it'll be locked like this, and I'll have conditions. Depending upon the conditions. Oh, here's one. Alright, so here we go. So this one, we don't have the dungeon unlocked, but this is what you're looking for. Your leader must have this dungeon. Doesn't matter which one you're going for. Each of them does give different stuff, of course, but you're gonna have to have this as your leader, and that's basically how you get the dungeons. But the unlocking one is going to be evolve and unlock the grimoire board spaces. I don't remember what space you have to unlock up to, though. It's been a while since I actually unlocked one of them. Maybe it's just, I thought it was a specific, I'm pretty sure there's a specific, there it is. I was like, I know there's a specific space you have to unlock for it to actually unlock, but it's basically this. So this one's actually at a 4-star. I thought there was one at a higher. For the relic ones, they're at level 6. So you'll see some characters who have relics and stuff like that, and that'll be for that. But you're basically gonna have to get, you don't even have to level up the 3-star one, you can go straight to the 4-star, come down here and level up all the points. So we can actually go and check that other character and see how much it would take. But that's basically all you do, and then when you go into the dungeon and it tells you to build your team, you make sure your leader has the dungeon ability. Let's see if this one's on 4 too. This one isn't on 4. Okay, so I guess they're all different. Let's see if it's on 3. This one's not on 3, maybe 5? Okay, so this one's on 5. But you can basically go straight to the dungeon or the ability relic. Like if you got a one with a relic, you can literally go basically to the relic. I think most of the relics are on the 6 though. I could be wrong because this one's on 5, but what I've noticed is most of them are on 6 for the relics. But basically you just have to have the material, and then you'll have to have the points, which of course you can use the books or the tablets, stones, whatever you want to call them, and then you're good. And then after you do that, oops, okay, I backed out of that. Then after you do that, you come here, you go deploy them. To get the fastest dungeon clear, you would just go to the lowest level and do the quickest clear. And then we'll see if we can get one right here. But basically I already have 3 teams, or I had 3 teams that had it. I don't know if I'll get lucky or not. We're not gonna get lucky. I was hoping to get it during the video, but I mean, we're not that lucky. But yeah, you just basically go into this, figure out what you want, deploy dungeons. Some of them are gonna be pretty long. Conditions are gonna be a lot lower, but you just gotta make sure the leader has the dungeon ability. Of course, all mines do. And yeah, that's basically it. It'll pop whenever you get lucky. So I don't know if I can find one that's actually a lot lower. If I could find one that's like an hour, pretty sure there's one that's an hour. I can speed it up, and hour 45. I guess we can do this one real quick. I'll do like 2 of these. You can speed it up with this. One of these does do an hour. This is to increase the, of course, the success rate on what you're gonna get. But we'll just drop 2. Hopefully we'll get it on this one. I don't want to do too many of these because I don't really need this, but we failed on that one too. Let's see if we get the dungeon. Nope. We'll do one more. Which one has the greatest luck? I think that one would be our best team. Should I increase it a little bit? Let's increase it a little bit because I don't really need this stuff, but I just want to see if we can get it during the video. Failed again. But basically it'll come up after that screen right there. It'll say dungeon, whatever the character is, that's whatever dungeon will pop for you. So whatever the character that you're going for. So it'll be this dungeon right here that'll pop. And I'll tell you like the number of times you can actually do that dungeon and stuff like that. But yeah, that's basically about it. I'm just gonna pop these because I'm probably not gonna be on again. But that's how you get the dungeon. Once you complete it, of course, you will have it done in the mission panel, and then that's it. That's all you have to do for that quest to be complete. I know a lot of people are having trouble with it. All you have to do is basically go through your characters and find the leaders or the people that have the dungeon. Make sure they don't even really have to be maxed. Just make sure that dungeon portion is maxed, that it's open, so that way you can actually find them. Because if you're using a character that doesn't have the actual skill but has it as the leader ability, you won't be able to find it. So just make sure you go through those and look for the dungeon thing to open it up. And then you might get it right away. You might take, I don't know, quite a while, but it'll pop eventually. The easiest way to get it the fastest is just to go to the one with the least amount of time, put those, and then just keep doing that over and over until you get it. But yeah, it should pop sooner or later, and then that's basically how you get it done, and that's pretty much it. And then of course all the rest are pretty much simple to do. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people having trouble with that one. But yeah, it goes pretty much the same with the relics. Like the relics are pretty much the same thing for the characters. And then of course with the formations too. So each character has their own unique stat. But that's basically how you get the dungeons for characters. I think this one has a formation. Yeah, this one's out of formation at 6. I think most of the relics are at level 6 as well. I think she has a relic. No, she has a dungeon. Who has a... Maybe... she has a relic. Yeah, hers is at level 6, because hers is a higher level one. I wonder what she has. I just got hers, so... Hers is a relic as well. It's probably high, though. Yeah, level 6. So... Formation dungeon. Interesting. Dungeon on that one as well. But yeah, that's all you're gonna do. You're just gonna go through your characters and look. Some of the relics are actually useful, especially during the beginning. So some of them are 5 stars and stuff like that, but they're very, very helpful. You just got to be able to unlock them right away. So it's basically all you do. Look through all your characters. Some will be formations. So if you're using certain characters like, well, for me it's this one, but the formation for this, using this character as well, is going to be the most beneficial. I don't know who else has formations. There's quite a few characters that have formations, but getting those right away is very beneficial, especially if you're using the character. You're going to want to use those, especially for the higher level characters with formations. You're going to want to unlock those right away because they're going to be better than what you have. But yeah, that's basically about it. Hopefully that helped you guys out a little bit, if you guys were looking around for that. But yeah, if you guys did make it this far, thank you guys for watching. If you guys could like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow any of those things, comment a lot. I would appreciate it. We'll talk to you guys later.